Hey, what's up YouTube? This is going to be my first video that I'm using my iPhone 6 to record. Camera battery's dead, so I'm just going to use the iPhone today. Haven't posted a video in a while. I don't know if you can see it on camera here, but it is snowing a little bit. It's cold out, so I haven't had a chance to really work on anything, and I've been feeling pretty unproductive. But this video here is just kind of what to expect on my YouTube channel here coming soon on the Blazer Guy 1983. Some of the things I'm going to be doing as soon as the weather breaks here is this is my 97 Blazer. Has a 4.3 Vortec in it, V6, that a lot of you guys have been requesting some Blazer videos out there. I posted some videos of my Nissan and Nissan Altima, and surprisingly enough, I was looking at the hits on it, how many people have watched it, and apparently you guys don't like Nissan out there. I've hardly had any hits at all, and you know, I'll post a video of the Blazer, and I'll have, before I know it, over 2,000 or 3,000 hits on it, hands down, in just a month or two. So but anyway, one of the things we're going to be doing here in the near future, just to give you a quick update, I'm going to be doing the valve cover gaskets on here. I've noticed I've had an oil leak. I think most of it's coming from the actual oil pan, which is going to be fun because this is a four-wheel drive vehicle, so you have to drop the front drivetrain on it. So that's going to be fun, like the differential and everything. Those bolts are pretty, those bolts and retainers are pretty, yeah, they're pretty rusted up, so that's going to be fun. But anyway, you can probably see there, that's the valve cover there. It's pretty covered in oil, and I've got not a huge oil consumption, but I'm definitely losing oil. And it doesn't appear to be really burning it. I really think it's leaking, because I'll definitely have, spots here. This is where the vehicle sits, and you can see the oil there. There's actually some fresh oil there where it's leaking. So definitely want to get that taken care of and get this oil leak taken care of. And we're going to start off with, like I said, the valve covers on here. So I'm going to have to remove a lot of this stuff here to get to it. So I'm going to be doing that. The last video I posted of this was the coolant flush that I did. And I'm also a little concerned too, because I am losing a little bit of coolant. Not like noticeably leaking anywhere, and it's not getting into the combustion chamber or into the oil or anything like that. I think where it might be coming from, the water pump doesn't appear to be leaking either on here. So where I believe it could be going is, I don't know if this is even going to pick up, but if you look between those two cables there, there's the EGR valve. Let's see here if I can give you a better observation here. If you look down in there, see where it's a little damp, the front of the lower intake there looks a little wet. Now I've cleaned that off before and power washed it and degreased it, and it was clean for a while, and now it's all damp there again. So I have a feeling I'm losing a little bit of coolant around there, which is very common on these Vortec engines for their intake gaskets to go. The jackets on them, they just get flattened out and hard, and the deck school that they usually ran in these too, I'm sure, was a huge contributor too. So what I'm running in here now is the green long life coolant. I refuse to put deck school into any of my vehicles because of what I've seen it do. So that's the green fresh coolant that I did on the last one. It's just a long life Prestone 50/50, nothing special. I get it at Harbor Freight. I don't know if these prices are the same everywhere, but Harbor Freight, they only want $7.99 a gallon for Prestone 50/50, 150 mile long life, 150,000 mile long life. So if you guys need coolant, go to Harbor Freight. They usually have it for like $8 a gallon, and even advanced on sale is at least $12 or $13. So definitely worth checking into that. And you're getting a name brand too. You're not just getting like a store generic brand. So but this is the Blazer. I mean, it seems to be holding up pretty good. I haven't had any major issues with it. This is the body work that I've done. As you can see, you can still see me in it, so that's a good sign. There's no bubbles, there's no new rust that's developed. So that whole panel, basically from the top of the camera view all the way across and then up into there, has been replaced. I basically fabricated out of sheet metal a replacement, and painted it and everything, did some work in there. Not the greatest job. I got to fix that little, bubbling through there. It's another common problem. I mean, it's Pennsylvania. I mean, it's to be expected. Eventually, I'd also like to replace the leaf springs on it, mainly because the bushings are shot. I'm sure the leaf springs could use a replacement anyway. I'm sure they're worn, 146,000, 147, I think, thousand miles on here. So I'm sure they're worn. So I'm going to go ahead and do those too eventually here once I get some extra cash. Just so you guys know, I mean, the money that I've made, some money off these YouTube videos, nothing, ridiculous, nothing that I can really make a living off of or do anything substantial with, but the small amount that I have made off the YouTube videos and the Google AdSense, I've put that right back into my vehicles and used them, those types of repairs and parts, to make YouTube videos for you guys. So the more watches and the more hits and the likes and subscribers I get, you know, the more money I make, the more money I make, the more of these how-to and you know, informational videos. I don't make too many how-to because I just don't have the time or the camera guy to help, but you know, if you guys watch these videos, and I thank you, you know, I appreciate it, because that's really what's going to help contribute me to being able to make these videos for you. I also wanted to throw out a thanks to my brother Josh. He found somebody up the street here, had on a basically, I don't want to say they were necessarily throwing them out, but they had a sign that said free on 4, these are 235 by 75 R15s, which is the size I run on here. It actually calls for 225s, but I like the 235s better because that's what most Blazers run. Got 4 tires for free. They all had equal amount of tread, no dry rot, no wear. I mean, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I mean, there's a ton of meat on those. I mean, and I've been running them for a month or two now already. Found a friend that was able to throw them on there fairly cheap, you know, mountain balance them for me. So these are going to be my summer tires. I have mud and snow off-roading tires that are over in my buddy Ryan's garage that I need to get on here. I was going to get them on for winter, but once again, it's just like, you know, everything else going on with the cold and not really having a functional garage to do stuff in. It tends to delay me in getting to these things. But with that said, just back to the whole point of this video, because I don't want to ramble too much and make this video too long for you. Like I said, valve cover gaskets. Eventually I want to drop this oil pan on here and do that gasket. Those are things to look for. I'm going to try to get a new camera here soon. Camera I have, the touchscreen quit working on it. It was a Kodak Play something or other camera, but got it on sale, you know, at Office Max, $54. It's given me a lot of videos. Most of my upload videos on YouTube have come from there. Also, I want to get some aftermarket taillights. This scratch here, I got to get out of there, that'll buff right out. I want to get some aftermarket taillights. I'm going to try to do a video on that, show you how to do that as well. I also want to replace the gas struts that hold up the back glass gate here. I'm going to be replacing those soon. So that's going to be coming in. I'm going to throw a YouTube video up on that. What else? Oh yeah, 72 Grand Prix we have here. I want to try to do some things with that and get that back on the road and inspected. Basically just needs tires. The one side of the exhaust needs fixed. I need to get an extra Flowmaster because the Flowmaster rotted off on the back. Engine transmission, it's fine. There's really nothing wrong there. I might just do like a tranny flush and things like that on it. Maybe do you know, a couple little things, throw some ball joints, get some tires on it, you know, on there. So that's going to be one of the things I'm going to be doing on there. And also have a rear drum brakes backing plate, wheel cylinder and brake line. I'm going to be doing on an 03 Focus with the 2.0 single overhead cam. I'm going to be doing that, so watch out for that video. I already did one side, but I didn't do the backing plate because it wasn't really that bad. But the backing plate on the passenger side that houses the shoes was pretty much rotted through. So I'm going to definitely be trying to get a YouTube video up of that. I already have the backing plate, got it on eBay, 85 bucks I think it was, free shipping. It's an actual Ford part too, so it's not like an aftermarket deal. Ford, I think, wanted $166 for it. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. Valve cover gaskets, possibly intake gasket if I can determine if that's where the leak is definitely coming from and if that's really leaking or it's just oil residue buildup. Like I said, possibly the oil pan gasket as well. Going to be doing the aftermarket taillights and the gate lifts, the gas shocks for those. I also want to modify my hookup for my running lights I put. I've had a lot of criticism for putting the running lights on, or saying, oh, you're going to knock those off when you hit snow bankment, or if you hit a bankment or a hill that you try to climb. Well, I'm not really, you know, doing anything crazy, guys, with this. So fog lights have held out great. Got them for like 10 bucks, I think, at like a discount closeout store. So I just want to reposition my switch. Right now I just have it hooked up under here, below the ashtray on here. So I just have it kind of chilling right there. So I want to get it wired up here. This vehicle, I don't believe, really had a rear defroster. I believe this is an aftermarket. This doesn't look legit. I'm going to go ahead and just remove this since it doesn't work. It never did work. It's not even hooked up properly. And I'm going to try to put the switch there so it looks a little bit more uniform and more professional than just some electrical tape and hanging out down there. Needs cleaned in here too, guys. I really haven't had much chance to do anything. It's just been, I work retail, so I work for a big box store, and I'm a computer technician, and with the holiday hours and stuff via retail, being around Christmas and Thanksgiving has been pretty crazy, and I haven't had any decent hours to really be able to accomplish anything. So current mileage on here is 146, 383. So I said 147, I think, but we're at 146. The other thing I wanted to talk about too was on this is the fuel gauge. Not really having an issue per se with it. I'm going to close the door here and see if I can duplicate this for you. Probably not, because the idle's probably too high, but I think I'm having a ground problem. Let me get the key here out. Sorry for the shaking. It's actually quite cold out today, so I'm going to start this guy up here. So it may or may not do it here because of how cold it is, but one of the things I notice I run into on here is that if you have any kind of like electrical changes, I don't know if you can see that gauge moving or not with the turn signal on, especially if you hit the brakes, or yeah, it's still idling high, so it's getting extra juice to it from the high idle from the alternator. But any kind of electrical changes, it gets really bad sometimes where this gauge just jumps all over the place. So I see a ton of videos about this on YouTube, where these Blazers with their fuel gauge fluctuating like this, and you know, new sending unit, new fuel pump, all that good jazz, new connector for the wiring and everything. So everything's new there. This just seems to be a common problem I see on these. The alternator's been replaced, battery's not that old. So yeah, if anybody has any feedback on that, I'd appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, I've read some videos or seen some videos, and also read some articles about how people go and they put a extra wire going from the negative battery terminal over to the fender to give it extra ground. So I don't know if that's legit or not. So but yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. So, you know, things to expect here in the future. You know, just some informational videos. I'm gonna try to get some how-tos, get a better camera, get a nice workspace to do this in. So I just wanted to let you guys all know that I am still around, I am still alive, and you know, these are all things to be expecting here in the very, very near future. And I hope you all have a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, a safe and Happy New Year. Don't really have any New Year's resolutions set yet, other than just trying to get some stuff done, you know, around the house and whatnot. So but that's where we're at. You know, I just wanted to give you an update. I thank you all for watching my channel. It wasn't a very productive 2014. I didn't get too many videos up that I'm proud of. They're kind of shoddy videos. They didn't really give much how-to information. They were just more informational. I want to get more into the how-to videos because I really enjoy making them and showing people how to do things that can help you out. So other than that, once again, thanks for watching. There's the Nissan over there. It's just relaxing today. I have to work today, so I'm not going to have any time to really do anything that I wanted to do today either. Big surprise. But yeah, you know, thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I hope you all have a good holiday, and just stay tuned, and we'll be getting some videos up here for you soon. So take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.